Hello everyone, welcome to Xpanse Spyglass. My name is Ben Lepper, I am head of music at Xpanse. I'm here today with Penrose.
Howdy.
I'm also here with Loudar.
Hey ho.
And today we are going to be listening to some upcoming releases, as well as some off-label stuff, because we love doing that on the show. So without further ado, let's take it to the music. Alright, hello everybody, this is Ben from the future. I'm recording this as a bit of a disclaimer because we recorded this episode, I think, on November 4th. It is currently November 9th, and a lot has changed in 5 days. So a few of the things that were said in this episode are no longer valid, so I figured before we even say them, I figured I'd just disclaim them and then just correctly answer them. So first of all, the Chaotica/Pandemoniac situation did occur. We do say Chaotica a few times in this episode. Ignore that. This is the last time he will be referred to Chaotica. He is now Pandemoniac, and he will be Pandemoniac going forwards. Second off, we do mention the Best of Year 1 album and the Best of Year 1 track list. I did mention the release date would normally have been this Saturday. That has been moved. There were Pandemoniac tracks that made the album, so we had to pull it because they were still listed under Chaotica. So it's going to come out later than I would have expected, but it will still be coming out, and you guys still get to hear the track list early. So without further ado, let's get into the thing. Alright, is everyone recording?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to start talking in 3, 2... And hello everybody to this week's discussion section. So what we're going to be talking about first is this week's releases, which the first one was Regulus by Signal Horizon, who, fun fact, he's gyrofield.
Yeah, who would have thought the guy that makes ambient, noise and just all these different sound design kind of songs would go from that to a house track?
Well, I mean, it's kind of similar to his other style, but it's just 120-something and 4 on the floor.
Yeah, the thing is, though, everything I've heard from him, I never knew about him before Xpanse, and then once his LP came out, that's the first thing of his that I've heard.
I don't think anybody knew about him before Xpanse.
I mean, maybe, I don't know.
Maybe. So let's talk about Obscurity by Haxerd, which is one of my favorites on 006.
Obscurity's so good.
Oh my god. French
Yeah,
Electro, dude.
It just sounds good.
I've never heard a French electro track in my life, but as soon as I heard that, I'm, hooked.
I
love
swear, Haxerd, I've heard some of his off-label stuff. It's incredible. This is his best track, in my opinion. We got super lucky. I remember when it came in, I was like, I don't know who this is. And then I just frantically, because Paul knew Haxerd before this, so I frantically pinged him and was like, yo, it's the French Electro guy!
I think I remember that.
Yeah, we're very happy about that release. And can we just give a quick shout out to Verdict for the art?
Definitely.
All right. So it's funny how we have Loudar here today, because guess what tomorrow's release is? Would you like to talk about Particles?
Yeah. I mean, what to say about it? It's a bass house tune, and it's kind of groovy.
I remember asking him about, there's this one sample during the drop of it. It's just like a, it's incredible. I was just wondering,
Jesus.
I'm not
I didn't
joking
know
with
what you mean.
You're gonna hear it.
I don't remember hearing that.
It was the pre-drop, and then he used it later in the drop, but pitched it up.
Oh my god, I don't know.
I don't remember that.
You
I don't
don't know
what
that?
you're talking about, actually. No.
No.
It's, alright. I'll have to show you it afterwards.
Yeah, sure.
It's the little, Hey sample.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah, that
I know
one.
what you mean.
Yeah. Hey, that's this week. Pretty good week this week. I like how he kept the theme going throughout it.
Oh yeah, this one is the better weeks.
Oh, well, every
There's
week's a
lot
good
of-
week.
lot of
We should have more of these weeks.
Yeah, let's just have more of just, house.
more.
And I just wanted to ask you guys, what are your thoughts on 06 so far? Minus the Jacek Isidoric track, we've had 9 releases, because Jacek Isidoric's track is not going to be on 06. Luster, Dreamer, I'm doing this off the top of my head. Big Black Chicken Attack. We had the
Big Black Chicken Attack was amazing.
That's incredible.
That was really good.
That's amazing.
The video was on point.
To be honest, if I had heard the music first without seeing the video, I probably wouldn't have liked it. But the video just made it that much more enjoyable to me.
I remember watching it the
Yeah.
first time, I just broke out with laughter.
When I heard the first drop, I was like, "Is this a joke? Please tell me you're kidding." But then the second drop, I was like, "Okay,
This is not a joke.
damn, yeah, this
Yeah,
is nice."
It's an incredible track. And then we had the Chaotica remix of my track, Sapphire, which
Chaotic is incredible.
that's probably my favorite remix on the EP. And I just want to give some big thank you to Mbaro and Jaro as well. Fantastic remixes all around.
Oh yeah, they did good as well.
And then we had... it was different. It was Real Attacked.
Oh yeah,
And then we had Teeth, and then of course this week. Teeth is insane though.
I actually haven't heard Teeth yet. I keep seeing people talking about it, but I haven't heard it.
We're recording this in advance, so Teeth hasn't actually been released yet. Guess what Saturday is?
My birthday.
Saturday is November. It's November 18th.
That's not my birthday.
And Xpanse Records' Best of Year 1 is being released on Saturday.
Oh, right.
So,
Yeah.
because of that, I figured I would reveal the track list on the Spyglass 10 tracks at a time. Then we can talk about the tracks if we want.
Sounds great.
So, voted on the people, by the people, for the people. And this is all in chronological order. This entire track list is chronological. You're supposed to listen in one go, see how far we've come through the past year. The first 10 tracks on the album: Miller's Planet, Hex; Convexity and Ios, Crank That; Epichord, Wrath of the Ronin; Serve and Miller's Planet, Malfunction; Ben Leper, Amethyst, Feet Heavy Pulse, I'm not good at talking; Serve, Final Encounter, VIP; Epichord, Space Age, Feet Rebecca Royal; New Game Plus, Warp Zone; Convexity, Blind, Feet Ashley Apollodor; and Ben Leper Lost, featuring Rebecca Royal. So, thoughts?
I'm actually really excited just about from those first 10 alone. I'm really glad that they made it.
Yeah,
on Year One.
I remember when all those started coming out. Like, the first release that I was ever around for was Crank That.
Yeah.
So seeing that on there is insane.
Yeah, when I joined Xpanse, it was around the time when Epichord released Space Age. And going back and listening to that just brings back this, like, nostalgia of, like, when I first joined and what everything was like and how much we've grown. And it's insane.
I like how Loudar has no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I like joined 2 months ago, and I don't know any of these releases, so
well, these are all
Yeah.
releases from our first album and our second album.
Yeah, that's
I
ages
guess I'll
ago
just
for me.
go into a bit of a detail between a few of them. Wrath of the Ronin is the best track on album 1. Lost is the most viewed track on the channel, followed closely by Malfunction and Final Encounter. And then New Game Plus is actually not a new alias, but it was an alias for Will of Will and Tim.
Speaking of Lost, aren't you a Shazam star now?
Oh god. Why does that have 8K Shazams?
I have no idea.
This is a call for help. If anyone has heard Lost in a big mix or something, please let me know. Because it's gotten Shazammed like 8,000 times and I'm trying to figure out what happened.
Help him rise to stardom, please.
Alright, should we go on to the next 10?
Yeah, sure.
Cinemonate and Serve, Clouds, Maru Kaleidoscopes, Wantala, The Devil's Anvil, Cinemonate Light On, Ios'd DNB Tutorial, Super Snake Left, Cyanide The Escape, Level 7 in Convexity, Bet 'em Up, Team Chill, Jester Dream, Team Happy, Afterglow. So Penrose, you made it.
Yeah, thankfully. I was hoping I would, but I mean, even if I didn't, you know, I'm
All
fine.
three
I mean, like,
ciphers.
Afterglow was really fun.
Yeah, all 3 ciphers made the album, which kind of surprised me a little bit.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't sure if Afterglow would because I'd heard mixed reviews about it, but I always thought, you know, if I'm being honest, a lot of people didn't enjoy the Spirits, but it made it on there. And I mean, I'm glad it did because I personally liked it.
The Spirits got the most votes out of all the ciphers.
That surprises me, actually.
Halfway through the album. Shall we go on to the next 10? Team Dark, The Spirits, Christian Royal, Man in Blue, Chaotica, Financials, Apollo Invasion, Echo Drone and Eric Scarding, Woot, Cyanide Meltdown, Springsight Shatter, Feet Usagi Forest, Souls, Sleepyhead, Level 7 Eliante, Gyrofield, Understood.
I'm so glad Financials made it.
Financials
was so good.
And can we talk about Sleepyhead for a second?
Oh, yes, please.
My gosh, that's Souls' best by far.
Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, like, as soon as I heard it, the melody was stuck in my head for weeks.
And I'm happy for
I
Chris,
couldn't
too.
stop.
Chris's EP was pretty solid.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I was actually scared for Invasion and Shatter because I was worried they wouldn't make it, but lo and behold.
Here they are.
So, Loudar, do you have any idea what any of these songs are?
I mean,
Yeah,
missed the
no
whole-
problem, actually. I'll get into it sometime, I guess.
Alright, well, the last 10, you'll probably know a few of them.
Yeah, I mean, I know Cyanide, The Escape, and Meltdown.
Yeah, Cyanide's tracks are pretty sick, and I'm glad he made it.
Yeah, indeed.
Alright, the last 10 tracks of the 40-track album. Souls Daydream, Exhaust Illuminate featuring Zay, Simonate Landscape, Chaotica Dark Energy, Ben Leper X871, Girls in Wantala, Feminism. That got the most votes overall, by the way. Right and
I'm not
Gauntlet,
surprised.
Zemo I Would, DeltaHedron Burst into Flames, and last but not least, Loudar Salvage.
Hey, I think I know that one.
If you pre-order it on iTunes, you get bonus track Alan Walker Faded.
Salvage. Yeah, that's a good way to finish off the best of album.
Personally, I really, really enjoyed Illuminate.
Ooh.
I listened to that for like hours on end, especially when I was on vacation a few weeks ago. It's basically all I listened to.
Illuminate is great. Does it top Ardent? Not sure.
I mean, I don't know, man.
I don't think we should be comparing them because they're both that good.
X871 was pretty good too, or 871. I don't know how you want to say that.
It's X871.
Okay. I guess with feminism, personally, I had mixed feelings about that, but
I remember
it's
you were
actually
pretty mad about that, actually.
I was like, why are we releasing this? But then it was actually good, and like I expected it to be good because I'd heard Estroplasma, and I was like, okay, this is nice. And then like there's all these samples in it, and I was like, okay, this is amazing.
We were really glad about how feminism turned out, actually.
Oh yeah, like it's incredible. Montala did great on it too.
And then, of course, we have to talk about how Daydream made it on. The only track to not make an album and just to be an exclusive from an LP made it on Daydream.
But Daydream's really good, so I'm actually not surprised that it made it.
Best of year one, ladies and gentlemen. A couple interesting statistics. I have 5 tracks on there, which is the most out of any artist. Close second is Convexity with 4.
Rigged.
Originally, I did have 7, but I swapped out a few.
Holy shit.
I don't know why people voted for me, but they voted for me. Cyanide, Wantala, Simmonate, Serve, and Souls and Miller's Planet all managed to grab 3 tracks on this album, so congratulations to them. Feminism had the most votes overall, followed by closely Amethyst and then Malfunction. So guys, anything else you want to discuss before we turn it back over to Paul?
I mean, I don't have anything else to say. Louder?
No.
Louder, you've said
Not
like
really.
15 things this episode. You gotta have something.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not the guy who talks much.
You're just the
usually.
music department guy?
Yeah, right.
You're just my faithful worker?
I need a shirt with that. I'm just the music department guy.
Yeah, okay. Miller's gonna get mad at us. Perfect timing. Jared now posted I'm just the video guy meme in the staff server.
Oh my god.
Wow. Hold on. We are literally discussing that meme right now on Spyglass. You godsend. Oh my god. That is fantastic. So if we have nothing else to say, I guess it's the end of the discussion. Thank you all for listening to us talk, and we hope you guys enjoy the rest of the episode.
This is the track that broke your mom's back.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Say bye, guys, because we have to be polite.
I love you.
I think we were very close to having a serious episode, and then Penrose shows up.
This is why I don't get invited to things. On the
We
screen.
all love Penrose. Much needed comedic relief in a very serious world. All right, thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week.